Welcome to today's webinar, courtesy of the Kentucky Small Business Development Center right here in Louisville. We're all about hooking you up with free, super secret business coaching and training services. It doesn't matter if you're just dipping your toes in or gearing up for a big expansion. We've got the goods, the tools, and the know-how to help you win. To get the scoop, cruise on over to LouisvilleSmallBusiness.com or hit us up at 502-977-5800. Big thanks for tuning in to today's webinar. Feel free to drop your questions or chat it up with our speaker using the chat feature. Let's dive in.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Toolkit Tuesday today. We are here with my colleague, Tiffany Shoemake.
Hello, everyone.
We are talking all about certifications in your business. And Tiffany owns her own business as well as working as a coach with SBDC. So she is a certification pro. She's gone through the process herself, and she helps many of our clients do the same thing. So Tiffany, before we get started, I'm going to have folks just drop their name in the chat. Great. Hi, Janet. Let us know where you're from, where you're watching from. We love to see who's with us today. And then once Tiffany starts presenting, we will hold all questions until the end, and she's got a great Q&A section at the end of our presentation. All right, Tiffany, you're welcome to share your screen and start when you're ready.
All right, thank you, Claire. Can you guys see it? Can you see it?
Yes.
All right. Well, hello, thank you for joining me today. Like she said, I'm Tiffany Shoemake. We'll be talking about busting myths, how business certification helps your business and how they won't. This is my information. If you want to take a picture of it, how you can get in contact with me. It will also be a QR code at the end of the presentation that you can take a picture of and schedule an appointment with one of us, a business coach. So today's agenda, what we will talk about are what are certifications, the type of certifications, certifying agencies and organizations that can help you with the process, the benefits of certification, the eligibility criteria to be certified, the certification process, also who can help you with the certification, who requires certifications to bid on certain projects, and do all businesses need to be certified? What is certification? Certification is the process conducted by government agencies and nonprofit organizations to confirm that a business is actually owned by individuals who belong to a traditionally unrepresented group. So they want to make sure that you actually are a minority, a woman, a veteran. So they verify it. So everyone can't just be certified. They want to make sure that you're an underserved group. The purpose of certification is to give people who are an underserved business, who own businesses that are disadvantaged, the opportunity to get set aside. It gives them opportunity to get contracts that they wouldn't be able to get if they were not certified. For example, the government set aside around it starts at $10,000 jobs to $250,000 of set-asides for small businesses that are certified and they qualify for that. The eligibility criteria to become a certified business, you must be eligible, and we're going to go over some of those criteria today. So the first part of it is you must own the business and at least 51, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. At the ownership control, at least 51% owned and controlled by one or more individuals who belong to a recognized minority group or category. Your legal structure, you must have an active legal structure, a sole proprietor, a LLC that complies with the certifying organization's requirements. And then your operational status, you must be active. Like I said before, I had one client who we got all the way to the end of the process. She checked online, and guess what? She was not in good standing with the state. So we had to wait until she got active and all that. And submit everything. So make sure before you submit everything that your business is active and in good standing with the state. You don't want to submit that and then you have a problem and then they deny you and you have to reapply again, because the process is lengthy, but it's doable with some help. There are several different types of certifications that you could qualify for. We'll go over some of them. Most of the time you see a lot of abbreviations such as the MBE/WBE. That's the most common one, which is a minority business enterprise or a woman business enterprise. Like I said, it's the most common one. And then the next one is the LGBTBE, and that's the LGBT business enterprise. The next one is the DBE, which is a disadvantaged business enterprise. And most of the time you will see them as abbreviations and not actual wording. So that's why I have those up there. The next type is the SDB, which is a small disadvantaged business. The hub zones, that's historically a business zone. And then the VOSB is for veteran-owned businesses. So a myth, the certification application is too complex and time-consuming. The truth of it is, several resources and support are available to simplify the application process. I do not recommend that you do it on your own if you never applied before, because it is tedious. It does get overwhelming and intimidating, and it's a lot of resources out there that can help you with this. So you can get approved the first time and you don't get denied. Oh, I'm sorry. Who can help with the certification process? Which, here we are. So I can help you with it. We have partnered with the GLI. We have a minority hub. We do a lot of work with them. Kentucky Apex, they can help you. The plan room is really, really good for contractors. So if you do any type of contract work, such as an electrician, a plumber, HVAC, they can help you, as well as the Human Relations Commission. And you might know them as the HRC. They can help you with that. Application process. Certifying agencies and organizations to help you get certified. You can go to the HRC, which I just talked about, with the Louisville Metro government. It's no fee. A lot of these agencies and organizations, they charge you a fee. So you want to make sure that it'll be worth your while to even apply. If you're not going to use it, I don't recommend it. Like, as you can see, some of them start off at $400, and then they also have renewal fees. So some of the organizations, we went over the HRC. The other ones are the National Women Business Owners Corporation, and then the Kentucky Minority and Women Business Enterprise Certification Program. I do a lot of certifications through them, starting off with startup businesses, because it's no fee and it's kind of diverse. You can use it in the state of Indiana as well on certain contracts. And we can further talk about that in a one-on-one if you would like to do work in Indiana. Here are some more. It's the Tri-State Minority Supplier Development Council. So that fee is $250 per application and each renewal. Most renewals are like yearly. Some are every 2 years, but majority of them are every year. The other one is the USWCC. Those fees range depending on the membership and the certification access that you have. So it's a range. So they will let you know what your fee is after you do a couple things. Then it's the Women Business Enterprise National Council. That's $350 for each application and each renewal. And then it's the KYTC, the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. They do a lot of work with the TORC. And then the SBA, it's no fee. And then the HUD Section 3 is no fee as well. The process to get certified. My thing keeps going back today. Okay. you will need to get some paperwork. So the first thing you want to do is, like I said, make sure your business is in good standing. You want to start gathering some information such as your taxes, your business plan or resume for yourself if you're like a sole proprietor, some legal documentation such as contracts that you have previously did in the past, I've done in the past, work that you can show them that you've done in a field. And then you also need the application form, which is probably the most important one. So you're going to gather all this paperwork prior to applying. So once you complete the certification application that was provided by the certifying organization, you're going to submit the required documents that you gathered and the fee, if it is a fee. A lot of them don't have fees. I do suggest, if you don't really know what you're going to do with it, is start off with one with no fee. I don't want you to spend all that money and you don't get your return on investment back. Oh, sorry again. Let's go to this. After they review your application and your supporting documents to determine if you meet the eligibility requirements, you'll get an email or a letter in the mail stating that you are certified, or they need additional information, or you are denied. So that's kind of the process. It's short and sweet. I do suggest that you turn in all your paperwork. Don't try to split it up. A lot of people are trying to turn in the application and go back and turn in some of the paperwork, and it gets mixed up, and so they get denied for that reason. So let's talk about a myth. Certification only benefits startup. Let's see if that's true. The truth. Certification benefits businesses at all stages of development. So let's just say you've been in business for 10 years and you want to start working with a government. You can get your business certified. A lot of people think that it's only for startups, but you could be at any stage in your business to get certified. The benefits of the certification, I'm pretty sure everybody wants to know, why should I get certified? I know it's going around, it's kind of trending. So you probably heard about it a few times if you own a business, about get certified, but it might not be for you. So let's talk about the benefits. The first benefit is business development opportunities, supplier diversity in initiatives, access to resources and networking. Then the main one that everyone talks about is access to government contracts. Then it also gives you a competitive edge against other people, well, other businesses who are not certified. So they kind of put you at a top tier. So they'll see you before they see them. And then it also gives you enhanced credibility to the people that you want to work with. Myth. Certifications is a quick fix for business challenges. So if your business is not making money or you having other issues in your business, getting certified is not going to fix that issue. You need to fix the underlying problem and then possibly get certified. Truth. Certification complements a strong business foundation. Certification is a tool, not a remedy. So like I just said, if you're having problems, getting certified is not going to increase your revenue if it's an underlying problem that has not been fixed. You'll just have the certification and you won't be able to use it. So you want to make sure that you know what you will be using your certification for, and your business is running at a good pace, well, operating at a good pace. Who requires certifications to bid on certain projects? Myth. Certification is only for companies interested in government contracts. That's the main thing that people always talk about, is the government contracts, like I spoke about earlier, but it's other ways that you can benefit from being certified. And it's different type of other contracts. Truth. Certification open doors in both public and private sectors. And these are some of the people that use certification. So JCPS. So if you're certified, you can get a good contract with the school, JCPS, with TORC, LG&E, MSD, Louisville Metro Housing Authority, and even U of L, and then corporations and private owners. The biggest one is government contracts because they have more money, but these contracts as well can like bring in good revenue for your business. I know JCPS, to work with them, you can make lucrative money. The Louisville Water Company, like I said, if you're a plumber and stuff, they have different type of jobs for you. But these are some that you can look into if you're interested in getting certified to work with. The main question, do all businesses need to be certified? True or false? No, not all businesses need to be certified. If you're not going to be in a certain niche, or if you don't know what you're looking for, I would not suggest you get certified just to get certified, because it would just sit there. So for example, if you're in the car wash industry and you just want to get certified because it's kind of trendy, I wouldn't do it, because it'll just sit there if you don't plan on trying to get contracts or use your certification to generate revenue for your business. And then also businesses operating in a niche market with specialized products or services may find success targeting a specific customer base that does not need certification. So you don't have to be certified. This would kind of be part of planning your business. So you'll have to overall look at your business and see if this is something that can complement it. Myth: certification is a guaranteed path to success. Just because you get certified does not mean that you are guaranteed success. Certification is a valuable tool, but success requires strategic effort. Just like I talked about, it will be part of your business plan. So you will know if you need to be certified, because to be part of your target market or your marketing tools, how you'll use it. But like I said, just don't get certified just to get certified if you're not going to use it to generate revenue. Here's some information in regards to how you can contact us. This is a QR code. I'm going to stop right here if you guys would like to take a picture of it or anything, and then we can go over some Q&A.
Awesome, Tiffany. Thanks for sharing all of this wonderful information. I know that certifications come up every day in my conversations with my clients. At least one person is going to ask me about getting certified, how they could get certified, if they should, what the process is like, etc. So this is a great piece of information that I know I can share with my clients in the future. So if you all want to drop questions in the chat, you're welcome to do so. I'll start off with a few questions, and then we'll just kind of go from there. So I work with a lot of restaurant clients, and that is, yeah, sure, Michelle, we can go back to the code page, the QR code, if you can.
I can go to that now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no problem. We'll leave it up there while we chat about these first questions.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
Thank you. All right. So I work with a lot of restaurant clients, and I always hesitate to say, like, yep, you should definitely get certified. It's definitely worth your money. Like, move forward with this big process, because they're already, doing 10 jobs as one person already. What is your take or thoughts on restaurant entities getting certified?
So I'll say that I think it will be good if they offer catering service. So what can happen is you can possibly get a contract with JCPS. You can get them with daycare, well, childcare centers. I don't want to call them daycare. I'm sorry, childcare centers.
Okay.
So I would say not be. Let's just say the restaurant offer catering service. I think it would be a good fit. Just to own a restaurant like a McDonald's, I don't know really how you would use that. But if you offer catering services, I do think that it could open up a lot of doors for you. You could also get government contracts to provide lunches when they have meetings and seminars to that such. So I would say that.
would they go for like the local certification, like you mentioned, through the
Yeah,
HRC office? And what is the difference between like a local certification versus, I know there's like some broader one. You
national.
named all of those different options out there. So what's the difference between applying locally and then applying for broader options?
So the broader options, like not locally, would be if you're trying to go and get out of state contracts. So it recognizes them all over versus state, you are working within in your state. And like I said, some of them are transferable to Indiana depending on what it is. So you could use a Kentucky certification in Indiana, depending on the
Okay.
country. So that's kind of really what it is. If you're doing business locally, you want to get certified within your
Locally.
state. If you're trying to get contracts, let's just say you own a company who's trying to get contracts doing data analysts. Okay. So you can
Mhm.
probably get them all over. So you will be certified nationally instead of just within your state. So it
Okay.
depends on your target market and who you're trying to do business with.
Okay. Got it. Let's see. I see a question here in the Q&A. Andrea is asking, a good question, Andrea. I had the same question. Once the application is filled out, about how long does it take to be approved or denied?
I say 90 days. If you haven't heard something in 90 days, I would start reaching out to some contacts like, hey, I submitted. Are you missing any documentation? What's going on? Because, I mean, it's humans reviewing the application. So human error happens. So they might have could slip over you. So you might want to follow up if you haven't heard something within 90 days.
Good to know. Got another question here, Marquise. Um, are there any tech contracts for business marketing, website design, graphic design, marketing material, print, and design? Are you familiar with anything that would be like appealing for the tech marketing industry?
Are they, is he asking a specific certification or job? Or like, well,
I,
contracts.
yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, Marquise, but are you asking if there would be a good certification to fit your industry, which is tech design and marketing? It's I
Yes.
Yeah, so tell me about like the certain types of client. Okay, he says yes, correct. The certain types of clientele that you would be trying to pick up if he were to get that certification.
So he would probably, I think, with his broad range of business, I would kind of go national. Well, I would probably start with the state, but then go national because then you can do business graphic designs for, let's just say, Sony. You can get a contract to do graphic designs, and you'll be certified, so they'll put you at a competitive edge. So with your business, I would do national.
Got it.
I would tell you to start off getting certified with your state because you don't want to miss that money either. But for
Mhm.
your industry, I would get national. So I would kind of do both. I would start with the state because it's free. And then you get to check a box. Yes, I'm already certified when they asked you. And it makes the process a little easier to get nationally
Got
certified.
it.
And I will say about the national certifications, they do cost money. So before you decide to get nationally certified, like I said, do some research and see who you're actually going to be targeting this to.
Absolutely. If you're not going to be making um, that money, the application money back just from
I
being
wouldn't do it.
certified right there is kind of like, okay, I've done my research on this and I don't need to do anymore. Janet
Yeah.
brings up an interesting point that you don't have to be certified to advertise, whether you're a minority owned business, a woman owned business, veteran owned business, etc. So, what's kind of like that marker or like the difference between just saying, hey, come to us, we're locally owned and woman owned, or what have you, versus that certification? How do you prove it and how do you market differently between the two?
Well, you'll get this package in the mail and they'll tell you like add it to your website. It's kind of like a sticker, a badge that you get to say that you're certified. And then you also go to a database that's kind of open to the public. So let's just say it is a business out of state that wants to work with someone locally. They will go to that database and pull, they might not even know you, but they'll see that you're certified and they feel better using someone that's certified because they know that it's been verified. Anyone can put something up and say, hey, I'm a woman-owned business. Hey, I'm a minority-owned business. So it just kind of gives the people on the other end just kind of some security, like it's real, it's been
Sure.
verified. So it just gives you an upscale of that.
Yep. Absolutely. Here's another question from Saeed. Does certifications work good with event planning businesses? Do you think that would be a good match?
Yes, because then how we went back to about government. So let's just say you get certified and they have events. You can plan their events like if they don't have someone there. So it just depends. You have to dig deep into your niche and who your market is because what it is, it's not just for one industry. It's broad, but it just has to follow your business plan and your goals because one restaurant's business plan is not another. So it's just who you're trying to get to.
Sure, absolutely. So I have a curious question because I don't work with clients that do certifications like with the process, but you do a lot of that. So what is your kind of process, kind of starting process about talking about certifications with someone? Do you have any kind of materials that they need to like work on or go through in the beginning to decide yes or no? And then like how long does it take, amount of meetings and time generally for you to work with an SBDC client on the certification process?
So the first thing I'm going to ask a client is, why do you want to get certified? Once we figure out the main reason they want to get certified, then we'll kind of pick which one we're going to apply to. And after that, that's kind of quick because it'd be like, hey, I'm trying to work with Torque. So we'll just get the one for the state or through the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet. And so what I'll do is I'll send them a list of items they need to start gathering as well as the application. The most holdup is gathering the documentation, such as your taxes and,
Yeah.
so that's the main thing is getting the documentation because the applications are really, really simple. Well, like the stuff that it asks,
Yeah.
the name, the EIN, who's running the business, how long you've been operating. But then when you get to those, the paperwork part, that's always my holdup. It's like, hey, I'm still waiting for my taxes
Sure.
because they want at least 3 years of taxes. If you don't have 3 years of taxes, that's okay. Startups, you can still get certified. You'll just say that it doesn't apply. But if you have been operating past 3 years, they want, 3 years of that. And then they want bank statements, and it
Yep.
just kind of goes and goes and goes. And a lot of people, if you're not, they don't have like it's not an arm's reach. They have to kind of start gathering it. They might have to talk to their CPA. So that's the process that takes the longest is gathering the paperwork to complete the application. It's simple. We could do that in one session, but then we
Okay.
probably have to have 3 or 4 sessions. Like, hey, what does this actually mean? Can I use this?
Yes. Yes. And that's why you go to Tiffany because she's the expert. She can point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
um, Here, Andrew is asking a question. Once you're certified, is there like a directory for upcoming contracts with local and government agencies that is available?
So you can sign up like with tri-state, minority. It's a list of websites you can sign up to let them know that you're certified. And I will be honest, once you get certified, the email that you use, you'll start getting all type of stuff just sent out to you. Like, hey, we see that you're newly certified. Sign up for this. And what'll happen is you'll start getting bids come to your email of jobs that you can possibly apply for. So once you get certified, it's just a array of opportunity depending on.
That's great. Yeah. Kind of opens a new door for businesses. Do you have a sense, or I'm sure it's different for different industries, but like once you're certified, is there any kind of guesstimation around like, oh, you might get a job from a certification hub in 3 months or one in the first year? Or is that just kind of very random?
It's as quick as you start applying. It doesn't guarantee that you're going to win the bid. I do want to say, don't apply for any bid that you cannot fulfill. A lot of people will see a job and like, oh, it's 250,000, and they apply for it, and then they don't have the manpower to fulfill it. So you don't want to make a bad rep just because you see this $250,000. Like, I
Yeah.
could possibly. You want to make sure that you have the manpower. The bids come out every day. While I'm sitting here on this webinar, I just got 3 emails with bid
Okay.
opportunities. So they're gonna come every day. They're gonna come from different places. So I would also say make sure they're legit.
Okay.
before. So that's why it's really, really important to have a business coach or someone to let you like to review with before you give all these people your information, because they're gonna start asking for your banking account number, your routing number, so you can get paid. And
Yes.
you don't want to get scammed if someone
Gotta be
takes all your stuff. So
really careful.
I would verify that they're real,
And when you put
unfortunately.
in for those bids, that in itself can be a process, right? Like that's a whole nother application. You probably have to do type of like project proposal or, verifying that, yeah, we do have the manpower to do this job. This is kind of some of the work we've done in the past. Is that correct?
Yes, depending on how big the project is, anything over 50,000, you're gonna start needing a portfolio to show to them.
Got it. So
Under
that would
that, you can,
be
go ahead.
yeah, getting that portfolio together would be something like in the meantime, while you're waiting for that application to be approved, putting together a portfolio of work to have on hand when you're ready to apply for the bids would be a helpful
Yeah.
use of time.
That part, yeah, and some of that is part of the paperwork. If you saw where I said business resume, on
Mhm.
gathering some of that. So you'll probably already have some of that gathered from your application. So you
Awesome.
can use that. And then if you have another one come up during while you're waiting, add that to it. The more the better. They
Yeah.
just want to make sure that they don't give you something that you can't handle.
Yep.
Because these are very serious contracts. They need to be met by deadlines.
Yep.
So that's why I said don't take on something, because if you don't complete it, you will not be able to bid anymore. And it's just crazy. Like it
Okay.
wasn't even.
Okay. And then Bhavna is asking, how do we set up time for a session? So here on the screen is the QR code. If you're able to uh, catch that image in your camera on your cell phone. If not, I'm going to put Tiffany's email in the chat here.
Mhm.
You can email her for her calendar.
Yeah, we can do a one-on-one session and an assessment to see which one fits best for your business and what market you're trying to go after. And then we can just go from there and start the process.
And
Like I
another
said,
question. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say it seems intimidating because it's a lot of verbiage that you probably don't know wording, but it's really,
Mhm.
really simple. And I'm here to help you along the way. And like it's other resources that can help you. So if you want to get certified, don't let the application stop you. Get some help.
And then another question from Andrea. If you get denied from your application for the certification, can you reapply? Can you try again?
Yeah, most of the time it's you're denied for paperwork, missing paperwork. Because
Got
you're
it.
gonna verify that you meet the criteria before you apply. Like you're a man's not gonna apply to be a woman on, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
it'll probably be like, hey, we need to just verify that you're a minority. So you send in like an ID, a passport, a birth certificate, or something like that. But every time I ever seen someone be denied, it's just missing paperwork. And I will say the national ones are harder. But Kentucky, the state of Kentucky, they're really nice. So if you're missing something, don't guarantee me on this, but they will email you like, hey, you're missing this. Could you get this over? Because they really want to help you get certified.
Exactly.
Um, so yeah,
We're all on your team. We're all rooting for you. We want to
yeah, they
see
want
you
you to get
succeed. Yes. Let's see any other questions that are coming up from the group here. Got a good list of them so far. Whenever folks start for that local certification through HRC, um, what's kind of like the step-by-step process there? Do they have, is it online? You have to fill out paperwork and take it to the office, or how does that work?
majority of stuff is it's the old school. You print out an application, and then you will download it or scan it, and then you just email it. So you do have
Okay.
to print out an application, because what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to get this application notarized. A lot of people are trying to just fill it in PDF and just try to, no, you have to have a
It
real
needs to
wet
be
signature,
notarized.
because it has to be notarized stating that this is you, because you
Got it.
don't want anyone just having your business information and trying to get, so
Yeah, that makes total sense. Okay. And is there any reason, I mean, besides like not meeting the criteria of, your not a woman and you're applying for woman-owned certification, but is there any criteria of your business that you need to meet in order to be certified? Like, do you have to have already made a certain amount of money, or just being registered as an LLC or S corp,
As long as you in
etc.?
good standing, as long as you
Okay.
in good standing, it's to anyone that meets the criteria. So that you can have 10 people to work in your business or 10,000 people to work in the
Okay.
business.
Awesome.
So it's really, really broad.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about like your experience with being certified and how it kind of changed the nature of your business, or like what opportunities have you had through it, if you don't mind sharing.
Okay. Yeah. So the first time when I first got certified, I started to get discouraged because I was one of those people that kind of did the trending certification thing. I just wanted to get certified because everyone else was doing it. So I really didn't know how to use it. So I was getting upset. It was probably about 3 or 4 months I've been certified. Nothing had changed. So one night I was like, let me do some research. How can I do this? How can I really use this? So I started doing some research. I started signing up to all the websites, and then probably like a month later, I got a bid come through my email. I'm like, oh, I can do this. I
Okay.
can do this. I applied. I didn't think I won the bid because
Mm-hmm.
like I didn't hear anything for like 2 or 3 months. So I'm like, I probably didn't even get it. I forget all about it. Then I got this email and it was like, hey, you won the bid. These are this is the stuff that you need to do. Let us know if you still want to do it. Sign this contract, submit your W-9, all this stuff. So I say, know what you're gonna do with it, because I was
Exactly.
just sitting with it, getting discouraged. Like, this wasn't even worth my time. I gathered this, but I didn't know how to use it. But
Sure.
once I got my first contract, um, the revenue just started coming in. So I started grabbing other ones. And then I was able to get other people, kind of contract them out to do the work through my business. So
Cool.
you can
Okay.
also do this. You can get the contract and kind of 1099 people out, but you
Mm-hmm.
want to have these connections already. You don't want to try to get the bid and then try to
And
find the
then,
people.
yeah, connect all the dots afterwards. So you've had
Yeah.
a really successful experience with getting certified.
Yeah, just
Awesome.
discouraging at the beginning because I didn't know how to use it. But once you use it, it's kind of like riding a bike. You will never forget it. You'll know how to use it. Like if you're like, hey, I need some, let me see what's out here. And then you
Sure.
kind of go from there. But
Okay.
just know how you're gonna use it.
Awesome. I know I always like to hear like the success stories, because then that makes it real and it makes it, all that work worth it, and know that like there isn't an end point and a goal here. So that's great.
And then word of mouth, once someone knows that you're certified, like these big businesses, Human and all that, they
Hmm.
know that you're certified. They won't even go to the database. They'll go directly to you because
Oh,
it's, yeah, it's a certain amount of money that they have to put
mhm.
into underserved groups that it's a requirement. So they're like, oh, well, we know that she is. And so I worked
Right.
with her in the past. So it
Yep.
just kind of goes like that. And word of mouth is probably the best marketing ever because
Yeah.
it's coming from somebody probably that you trust and they had good service with you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was actually curious about that. And then I didn't ask because I thought, oh, it only goes through like those bid platforms. But there is a way to even market yourself outside of those platforms, then to say, I am certified, I do good work, here's my past experience with these folks already. So that's great.
Mhm.
Cool. Michelle also asking, do I need to make an appointment to get help? Yes. So Michelle, right
Yes,
above your message in the chat is Tiffany's email, tiffany.shoemake@uky.edu, or you can use your phone camera to scan the QR code that is on this screen right here. And that will lead you to a link to sign up for a coaching session as well on our Coach Connect page with Tiffany. Um, so those usually run a week or two out to be able to book an appointment, and then you'll be able to Zoom one-on-one, and just have a further conversation around what you're trying to work towards. Tiffany can help you out in the process of applying or with other things. So we can also help you with um, not writing your business plan, but helping you write your business plan. We can work on financial projections. We can talk about cash flow management, any funding that you may need for your business, all of the good stuff. So if you need further help besides certifications as well, you're welcome to join. And if no one else has questions, I think we'll wrap up for today. This was super helpful, and I feel like I've got a better understanding too of, like, I actually think I was minimizing the options for certification. So now that I know, especially with the local one that doesn't cost any money, that having it and just opens up this other field of opportunity is super helpful. Oh, wait, there's a question maybe.
What? Okay.
Oh, okay, Tiffany's email. We got it.
Okay.
All right. So thank you so much, Tiffany, and thanks for joining us today. We will end our session here, and everyone have a good rest of your week.
Bye-bye.
Oh, and if you don't mind, there is going to be an evaluation that pops up on the screen. If you could just go through and answer the few questions that come up, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you.